Yo, 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 yo. Welcome, guys. Welcome back to the Boulevard, where I'm your host, Big Dale. And to my right, that's my guy, the man, the myth, the legend, KJ. What's going on, brother?
What's up, Big Dad? What's going on, bro? How you
Man,
feeling today?
cooling, brother. Cooling. Got to go back to work tomorrow. I'm kind of sad, very sad, whole lot of sad. But that's another story for another day, man. But what I am feeling good about is a whole lot of just great action this week coming out of week 14 in the NFL. Like I said, a lot of good games, a lot of movement, a lot of things going on as everybody gears up for the playoffs and everything. So before we get into everything kind of going on around the league, we like to remind y'all that, hey, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Every view, we don't care if it's 1 or 2 or 1 or 200. We appreciate every view, every interaction, every comment. And if you could please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell button wherever you're watching us, man. YouTube, wherever you get your podcast, everything like that. We really appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. So like I said, just kind of getting into it, man. Just a little news going on around the league. Number one, to me, some of the biggest news was it's some of the biggest news, but it's some of the craziest because it's some we all feel like it's something that should have been happened. And that's Shedeur being named the starter for the Cleveland Browns for the rest of the season. In my opinion, it's long overdue, obviously. It took him forever to see the field, and that's okay because at the end of the day, they did draft somebody 2 rounds before him. So, contrary to what people believe or something that people don't speak a lot on, is that Dylan Gabriel deserved his chance too because he didn't tell them to draft him. So, I mean, they drafted him. They drafted him 2 rounds before Shedeur, 3rd round versus 5th round. He deserved his chance to do his thing too. But when he went down with injury, unfortunately, Shedeur stepped in, and Shedeur just showcased some things that Dylan just doesn't have. Whether it be, consistently attacking downfield, a certain amount of arm talent. Dylan processes really well. Dylan is an anticipation type of guy, once again, due to having that lack of arm strength and things like that. But Shedeur just possesses physical traits as well as a lot of the mental traits that you can say that Dylan has. So it's like he should have been named the starter, but like I said, better late than never. So I was excited about that, and I'm excited to see what he does going forward. What you thought about it?
Oh yeah, I was happy to see him get a shot, really, and actually sticking with it once he became named the starter. Against Tennessee, a team that they could actually showcase his skills. They ain't that hard of a team to beat. So I was happy to see him start, really, just to play, get out there and get a shot. So as long as he got that shot this year, and look what happened. Now it turned out he gonna get to take the rest of the games to the end of the year, so end of the season. So that's good. Good for him.
For sure. He balled out in his last game, 364 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, added 29 rushing yards, and another score on the ground. Unfortunately, they end up losing the game. Stefanski, the 2-point conversion play that he called, that's wild to me. You got Shedeur down there. You got Shedeur pretty much the whole game, the hot hand. He doing his thing. He's torching the defense. He's picking them apart. And you take him out on the most important play of the game and run a wildcat with the running back. Now, I saw the design of the play. One of the sports analysts I watched broke it down. It was a good play call, but at the end of the day, it ended up not working. And even so, why Shedeur has the hot hand, why take him out of the game? Right now, the rest of the season should be all about his development and seeing what you got in him, because you got all these first-round picks and stuff like that coming up that if you believe in him to be that guy for the future, then you can use those picks to build around him. So I don't understand why I would have him with the ball in his hands at every possible moment. So that was just for me. But unfortunately they lose the game. But like I said, he balled out and he kind of took the choice out of Stefanski's hands to start him for the rest of the season. It took Stefanski this long to do it, but like I said, when you playing that well and you showcasing that flashing that type of talent, there's nothing pretty much that anybody can do to keep you off the field within and have a good reason for it, and keep having your fans show up.
Yeah. My thing is just, I mean, it's the Browns. I think he should have a shot, regardless, playing over there any. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
I don't care what's going on. I mean, you had Deshaun Watson, what he got going. You signed Joe Flacco. They ain't work out. I don't think it's because of him. I just think because it's just the offense that was trying to run for him. And then you had the other rookie, Gabriel. Wasn't that Gabriel Gabbert?
Dylan Gabriel.
Gabriel, yes. They had him. So they picked him first before him. But still, though, I mean, give him a shot, though, to see what's up and see if you can get some wins. Just to look at him, you know what I'm saying? In a real actual game. But yeah, like you said, that it's just the play calling, bro. I don't know what he was doing on that play, bro, especially for a 2-point conversion. I don't know, bro.
Oh, I saw.
But that's the type of game they running now. Like Saints do it with Taysom Hill. You know, I don't know what other team they use. You know,
Wildcat and stuff like that. Yeah,
right.
gadget
But you know
plays
how
like
they
that.
do it. You know, they get it to the running back, they pitch it back to the quarterback, or the running back. You know what I'm saying? Get it, throw it to the quarterback. I mean, it got some plays like that that's successful. It just the way he called it was like a reverse. I don't know.
Right.
I ain't seen a reverse in so long.
And the crazy part was
I was
the
like,
dude that I saw break it down, bro. It would have actually worked. So it's an option. Like the Judkins could have kept it, which he did. So basically, if I'm Judkins and I'm facing this way, he gonna take the ball this way and he reading the cornerback.
yeah.
Now if that cornerback
drops.
drops,
If he
then he's
stay there,
supposed
he's
to
him.
yeah, he's supposed to pitch it. But if he goes with the man that's in motion, then obviously you keep it and you go and fill in the spot where he was.
Yeah.
And he stayed. And Judkins, like, it's a bang bang play and stuff. And so it's like, boom, he stayed and like, oh man, I messed up and I didn't pitch it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if he would have pitched it, looked like the dude would have had a clear path. Still who knows how the play turns out. But
bad play call, but they still won the game. I don't see.
No,
I
they
think
lost.
a lot of people getting on them,
they lost
because they lost.
The
Browns lost.
The Browns lost 31-29. That's why that's the big thing about it is that 2-point would have tied it up. You know what I'm saying? Shedeur, they go down and get the touchdown, get the clutch touchdown, and like I said, then out of all times you take them off the field for that play, and it's like I say the play design, like I said, from what I saw, the breakdown that I saw, it looked great, but it's just the fact that number one, it didn't work, and number two, you know what I'm saying? Judkins is a dog, but maybe just in that moment, in that spot in the game, maybe you put your quarterback in there. You know what I'm saying? I understand, trick plays and stuff like that, but with the game on the line like that, and then you be in a position that you ain't, y'all not going to the playoffs. So I would have Shedeur in regardless. And if we fail with Shedeur, we fail with Shedeur. It is what it is. But I gotta see in every spot, in every instance, what he can do and what he, you know what I'm saying? Like just give him that chance, that opportunity.
I know everybody talking about, you know what I'm saying, the head coach fired him and stuff. But bro, if you look at this game, bro, I mean, you got, I don't know. I think Shedeur had more weapons around him than Cam Ward did.
For sure.
I mean, they ran the ball good with Pollard. I mean, they pound. You see what they doing over there? They run first type of team,
right?
And them to put up 30-something points on the Browns, that's bad.
On the Browns defense, yeah,
that is bad. And that's the Titans. But it was a good win. Well, it was a good performance by Shedeur, but it's the Titans. Their defense ain't that good.
Yeah,
but
it ain't that impressive.
These next couple of games to see if he is that type of quarterback. I mean, you got to see him against some of these good teams, like the Houston Texans defense, or who else good out there? The Broncos defense or something, bro, to see if he really, really got that talent in him. Because I think they still got an offense over there with the Browns, bro, with the run game. If they focus around him, get him some offensive linemen, bro, and just focus on run first and then give Shedeur, chance to open up in the passing games. I don't think he should be a pass first offense over there. At least to start off, give him a goddamn chance to have him just slinging the ball. 9 days, you know what I'm saying? But I think that'll help him out going forward. But man, get an offensive line over there and just go start from there. I think this will be a good game plan going into next year for sure.
For sure, for sure. And get him maybe one or two more weapons because to me, Jerry Judy to me is probably a good number two. You know what I'm saying? Where he's not seeing the number one cornerback every game. I feel like he's a good enough route runner when he owned and stuff like that to really take advantage of maybe a slot guy, maybe the number two. But if you get him a bona fide number one, I think pairing him with Judy, Harold Fannin, the rookie tight end, he looked real good. And then you still got Njoku, he real good when he on and he healthy. So it's like, yeah, man, it's so. That's why I say we didn't talk about this before. It probably don't mean nothing, but it's like when you've been a losing organization for so long, and then it's just I feel like every little aspect matters. When they come out on the field and I see them uniforms, I'm just like it don't give me. I don't. It's just something about it. It's just like I know it's just uniforms. It's you can change the colors, whatever, but it just don't give me a good feeling. It don't make me. It just feels so drab and low and just sad. You know, seeing the Browns kind of come out on the field with them uniform, you know how bad they've been for so long. You look at their logo, their colors, everything just seemed like it just sucks. And it's like, you know, I don't know, man. I just feel like I would, with Shedeur being there now, I would try to update a lot of stuff, not just what's on the field, but what's off the field to give people just,
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
did Joe Manziel, did he got drafted to the Browns?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the last
Super exciting dude or something like that.
As far as like star power, you know, bring the organization notoriety and stuff.
Sure.
I mean, they ain't had that in minute since him. I mean, I don't know, bro. It's like I say, this is a chance to get him you know what I'm saying, it's a chance for him to show the league what he could do. But at the end of the day, it's the Browns.
And that's why I say from every angle, I would be like, bro, I would be on everything from marketing to new uniforms.
I would play him. Like, I don't know. I don't get it, but I would play him. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I would have been. It just makes too much sense.
They're talking about the team, you know.
Man, they don't talk about us. Why do they talk about us? Because of shit. Like, come on.
I'd be like, bro, they buying T-shirt, you know what I'm saying? The jersey.
Bro, he a top jersey seller as a rookie.
You know, like I'd be trying to promote him, you know, push him. I'll be trying to, like, even if we lose him, but this is the difference between the Brown, like this a pool run organization and like a Jerry Jones type.
Right.
It just is two different things, you know what I'm saying? You got some that know how to put the team to the forefront for it's like notoriety, get your players and all that. Marketing and all this stuff. But like players like the Browns, bro, you had Johnny Manziel, you got Sanders, bro, and now you got Sanders. Everybody want to see him play. Why not play him? Y'all tripping.
And it's crazy because
y'all will be on TV. Look, they will be on TV being sorry because we just want to see what he could do.
And it works from so many different angles, and that's the crazy part about it. Like you said, but that's what an organization like the Browns gonna give you, because at the end of the day, you got a fifth round pick, not 1, 2, 3, or 4, but a fifth round pick, leading the league in jersey sales, top 5 in jersey sales. Every time you turn, bro, people don't talk about your organization unless they talking about something negative or bad. You know what I'm saying? And now every time you turn on the TV, they talking about the Cleveland Browns, the Cleveland Browns, the Cleveland Browns. Okay, so that's you know, it's one thing to want to see somebody play. Okay, how are they actually performing though? The man get out there, he killing it. And like, bro, people talking about, oh, it's just walkthroughs, it's just OTAs. Well, that's just what we doing at this moment, so that's all I can do. I can only play my best and whatever we got going on. If they tell us we going out running drills today, if that's all we doing, that's all I can do, and I can just do my best. So he's outperforming some of these other cats, especially Dylan Gabriel. You know, no disrespect, and he's just not being given reps, not being given opportunities and stuff like that. He still put his head down, work. You know, what was it? I forget what they was giving a break for. It was like a week or something. I think it was maybe right after training camp was over. Whatever it was, he stayed. You know what I'm saying? He worked. Then they was given another one. Oh, I think it was bye week or something. He went and seen his dad. People. Oh, should he have stayed in Cleveland? Bro, y'all just don't want the dude to play for whatever reason. Like it's ridiculous. Like he been the third string quarterback, and it's been clear that he wasn't gonna play at that time. Y'all still talking about him? What y'all still talking about him for?
Forced to play on like it seemed like it just had to be like, all right, you guys, all right, it was just gonna give y'all.
Yeah, like let's go ahead because I'm tired of hearing about him.
There you go.
Yeah, like they here down playing time. You know what I'm saying? Like damn, y'all want to see him play that bad here? Damn,
y'all about to be talked about most teams in the Cowboys.
And that's the thing, Carl, bro, is that not only are we talking about y'all, but he actually got talent. Like, he actually, bro, he actually going out of the field. The last
another thing too about the talent, bro. I mean, he's good, but ain't like he just out the fucking water.
Yeah, for sure.
People just want to see him play.
What I'm saying is,
and they'd be different if they want to see him play. Though. Man, look at this. I'm like, bro, man, stop getting out of the job. Let him keep, bro. They'd be like, man, look, he could do it. Yeah, we know he could do it, bro. But it's just the chance. To me, it's just the chance. He just ain't never got the chance.
Right, the opportunity.
You know,
and that's the thing. That's the thing for me. Is not that. Well, like you say, he's uber talented.
But you know how you go with a quarterback. Okay, like if you say you get half the season and you end it, okay, let's see what you got for the full season. They go into the, next season to see how you really, you know what I'm saying, how you start off and game planning and all that thing going into the regular, regular season, knowing who's gonna be the number one. But make sure I don't know. They gonna be on that. No, bro. Yeah, the Browns, I don't know, bro. You can't.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is like so much has gotten lost in all of the BS, pretty much, for lack of a better term. With Stefanski looking like he just don't like Shedeur and don't want to play him, don't want to give him an opportunity. All the media stuff where they trying to trip Shedeur up every time.
I don't think it's him though. Some tell me, but it gotta be the organization. I don't think it's him though.
The owner came out and said that
I don't think it's
him.
GM,
I think it's the GM wanted him. I don't think the coach necessarily wanted him, and the owner pretty much came out and said that he didn't want him. He said. But I don't even think nobody asked him about it during that press conference or whatever. But he told him, like, Andrew Berry, who is the GM, he wanted Shedeur. So why would you, if you ain't had nothing against them picking him and you okayed it or whatever, why would you come out and say that? So the whole situation is just weird, bro. And that's what I say, like, all of this.
Yeah, it got to be the head because ain't no reason why, you know what I'm saying, he's not even given a shot or given a chance. Or just,
and it just don't. It makes sense from too many angles, bro.
Because if I'm a coach, like he about to get fired. You know what I'm saying? Not because just because he's not playing him, but it's not. He can't control everything. You know what I'm saying? If he want to start somebody, the GM or the owner be like, "Hey, we don't want bro. You gonna get your ass, bro? That's crazy. That's hard, bro."
Yeah, it's a weird situation to be in, bro.
Yeah,
and it's weird. It's weird because, like I said, lost in all of that. Us talking about all of that is the fact that, like you said, he's not. If we felt like he had Cam Ward talent, he would have been the number 1 or number 2 pick regardless. You know what I'm saying? Even Cam Ward had a rough rookie season. His talent can get lost in the fact that they have been so bad this year. But if we felt like Shedeur had even that scrambling ability, had the rocket arm and the arm talent and all this and that, Shedeur would have been number 1, number 2 regardless. Yeah. But it's like, okay, he doesn't have those super, super high intangibles or whatever like that. So it's like, okay, well, boom, we can sort of justify dropping him. So it's been crazy from the jump. And then once again, lost in that is the fact that he don't have a super big arm. He not the fastest. He not this. But he can play football.
Yeah, so
you know what I'm saying. And like I said, it's not that Dylan Gabriel or whoever else. Who else was there? Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco. It's not that they can't, but it's that when have we ever seen this, bro? You got this talented dude who can play football, and we're not gonna give him a chance, especially with the position that we're in as an organization. We're not going to the Super Bowl. We're not going to the playoffs. We're not in no playoff hunt. We in the hunt for the number 1 pick, just like we is every year. You know what I'm saying? And we not gonna get this dude a chance.
Man,
We gotta still get them in the 5th round.
yeah, like the 5th rounders, especially a quarterback, they don't really get no really a lot of
Right.
players don't get no chance.
Brock Purdy got lucky.
But
Tom Brady got lucky.
for sure. But he getting a
You know.
chance now and see if he could overcome that though, bro. A lot of quarterbacks in that position don't even get a chance to even play. So him even out there and getting a chance and everybody getting behind him to give him that chance. So that's good. But they got a lot of quarterbacks out there, bro. You just don't know. They just never got a chance. So
Right. And it's true that. And then you also wonder the question I did think about this, and it's like it's an unpopular opinion. If his last name wasn't Sanders, would we be even talking about all this? Would we be even tripping like this?
No.
You know
There's
what
a
I'm
lot
saying?
of quarterbacks that's just like that though.
Right.
A lot of them, bro. I'm talking about they've been on the bench for years, bro. They never just got the opportunity. The healthy quarterback.
Right.
They protect the quarterback nowadays. So it's hard. It's even harder to get in there now, especially if the quarterback is a franchise quarterback. So it's hard. So him even getting a shot, what I'm saying, that's good. But going into next year though, I don't know. It don't seem like the owner want that spotlight, bro. They don't want the spotlight on them like that. That's what it seemed like to me.
Right. Well, speaking of quarterbacks, Carlos, speaking of quarterbacks and protecting them and things like that this year, as you know, quarterback Daniel Jones went down in week 14, week 14 with a torn Achilles. So he'll miss the rest of the season, unfortunately, and hope to be back at some point next year. If not, he may miss all of next year because with him being injured so late into this season.
Yeah.
So prayers up and speedy recovery to him. So with the Colts, I think they're on a 3-game win streak. Losing streak. And so with that being the case, their playoff hopes seem all but kind of dashed. Even if they were to make it, how much noise can they make with their quarterback going down? Anthony Richardson is already out for the season. Their backup, Riley Leonard, got injured, filling in for Daniel Jones last week. So they don't even know he's going to play this week, and he's a week-to-week thing. So with that being said, they don't have many options. So what do? They go back to the well, and see and kind of bring back a blast from the past, for lack of a better term. And that blast from the past being 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, Chargers legend. Phillip ain't played since 2020. And like I said, when he was 39 years old, kind of, on the edge of the cliff and everything like that. So he finally retires. And like I said, they don't have many options, so they go for what they know. He retired playing for them. He went 11-5 in his last season for them. He had 24 touchdowns and 11 interceptions, so he wasn't terrible. And I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? So
6 years ago?
Yeah. Hey, brother.
Man, I want to see it though. I hope he start. I'd like to see that.
He probably going to end up starting.
You know what I'm saying? See,
he been coaching. He been coaching football. He been coaching football. I think at his kids' high school and stuff like that.
That's crazy though. That's crazy.
Yeah, but 44. It's like, bro,
6 years. You be like, you know what?
Now, as y'all know, we always like make it clear, bro. We got mad respect for all athletes, all professional athletes, all that good stuff. It's weird, but it's like, how can you not be skeptical when you've only seen one quarterback really be great consistently past the age of 40? And that was Tom Brady, obviously, the GOAT. So it's like you had Brett Favre. I think he had one great season at 40 or 41 when he was almost the MVP. Cool, but like I said, that was that one season. I think he played another season after that, and it was abysmal. Peyton Manning was abysmal. He was a glorified game manager at that point in his career. Won a Super Bowl, but that was really out the back of a defense, running game, things like that. And he just was able to make a play here and there, a few times when he needed to. So like I said, the only person that we've seen pass the ball at a good rate and at a consistent rate after 40 is Tom Brady. So especially with him having a 5-year layoff too, it's like, I understand, obviously, you might be coaching high school football, you probably still working out, you working out with the kids, you doing this, you doing that. But that's totally different from being in the pros, getting hit, just that level of competition. And so I'm very interested to see how this goes because I feel like it's like a desperation thing, obviously, to kind of salvage their season this year. You know, they got the leading rusher, JT. He might not be in the MVP conversation no more. He might not be threatening the rushing record no more. But like I said, if they get somebody in, if they were able to get somebody in there, let's just say this happened before the trade deadline, you know, maybe they're able to get somebody else in there, but and kind of salvage the season. But this is almost seemed like almost the only real option that they had.
Yeah. Nah, you got plenty of options out there, bro. It's just
Options like
right
what?
here. We just talked about it, man. How these other quarterbacks gonna get a chance? You know what I'm
What
saying?
that he ain't got no they ain't got no other quarterbacks on their roster.
Yeah, but you could sign somebody to the practice squad.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Who's out there that you know
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying. That's what I'm
They
saying.
could bring in to
They still could bring in a young guy, somebody that ain't young, but you know who been on the practice squads and different teams and stuff like that. Give them a chance, but they went out there, you know what I'm saying, and found Phillip Rivers on the couch eating potato chips and whatever he doing, bro. And
those coaching
living
football. Just say
life.
that. Be cool.
I don't know what he doing. You know, you saying that maybe he's probably do on the couch chilling eating chips too.
Okay.
Shit, especially over time, I'm chilling. I'm big dog chilling. But yeah, bro, he played
Big
at a
dog
high
chilling.
level. He played at a high level though, bro. When he was in, you know what I'm saying, in the NFL. So you know, especially with the Chargers. I mean, like you say, it just hey, let me go ahead saying he want to come and play for us. Let's give him a shot. See what these physical talking about. You know what I mean? 6 years ago, like you say, who gonna perform like that in their 40s, you know, like Tom Brady did? I don't know. They about to find out. To me, they could have got somebody on practice squad, gave them a shot. You never know. You might find something. Might find like another Tom Brady or something out there. You never goddamn know. But they went out there and got Phillip Rivers, and he ain't playing next year.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And it's like I'm pretty sure like quarterbacks like say Anthony Richardson, you know, top 5 pick. Your career hasn't gone the way that obviously that you wanted to go to this point. Now you lose the quarterback competition in the offseason in the preseason, so now you're relegated to a backup. Now you have the orbital injury and you're out for the season, but this could have been your chance to kind of resurrect your career, you know. And he'll have another chance. You know, he probably won't be on the Colts next year. Somebody will sign him just for his talent, and you know, just you know, he it's been a reason. Is recently it's been a consistent resurrection of quarterbacks who their first stop didn't work out. Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith. You know, so somebody will give him a chance, and hopefully he can take advantage of it. But this could have been a real big chance, like I said, with the leading rusher in the league. You got Michael Pittman, Josh Downs. You got good support and talent around you. You got that offensive line be cooking. So it's like, you know, you got a good supporting cast, and maybe this was as good a place as ever for that resurrection to happen. And who knows if he would have been able to take advantage of it or not. Same with the rookie. They got hurt, Leonard, the backup. Like I said, so it's like, you know, it sucks to see because like I would have loved to have seen one of them to kind of see if they can seize the opportunity and see what they can make of it. But like I said, at the same time, hey, good luck to Phillip Rivers, and maybe he comes in and lights it up, or like I said, at least manages the game to where they can win some games. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady 2.0. Tom Brady got the answers, boy. You know, who knows?
Hey, man, it sounds like a movie. Yeah, he just
Yeah, the 44-year-old comes out of retirement
coaching
for one
literally
last run.
44 years
You
old.
know,
A
never
Hall
won
of
a
Fame
championship. This may
quarterback.
be his chance. You know what I'm saying?
Gambling, lost some money,
Yeah.
divorced his
They
wife.
went they went out and make the wild card, and they barely beat the wild card team. Now they go through the divisional. Now they go through the
Man, so they
yeah,
on the
brother.
practice squad dude, man, who been out there playing for some years, bro. Then give him a shot. I don't know, but that's just me. I want to see him. You know what I'm saying? See what he could do,
My
but
my thing is think about it like this too though, is that I feel like if you were on the practice squad right at this point in the season, I feel like if somebody felt like you was good enough to be a starter at some point or whatever, you'll be somebody backup. You'll be on the active roster already. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to think. That's the only thing I was thinking about too. Like because like you said, I'm all for giving people opportunities because you never know what people can do until.
But look, that's what I'm saying. That's the same thing with Shedeur. Nobody ain't even want to pick the man. But look what he could do. So that's not really saying too much. You can find somebody out there who will come in athletic for all that. Bring back Kaepernick. They ain't want to bring him back, even though for other reasons. But still, though, like, bro, dude could have still played.
Yeah, that sucked for him. I feel like I kind of knew it was over for him.
I could have just brought back Kaepernick.
Well, what I'm saying is, his stuff happened. I'm all for what he did or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It kind of seemed like well, that's another conversation.
I'm just saying for it's like
what I'm saying is he did what he did at the time where he was playing terrible. So now you get the ammo to say, oh well, we just not signing you. We ain't got nothing to do with that. We just signing you.
They going off of what motherfuckers played years ago. Like stats off of you. It's a dude right now that been practicing for years, ain't giving a shot. Even when they retire, when they out the league, they got some dudes out here that been playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though, yes, it's practice, they may not think they good enough, but it's dudes out there who's active out there, you know what I'm saying, every day, every off season, right now, you know, getting it in, you know, but I don't see why they can't give somebody a shot. It's somebody, it's a league, it's a community. It's a coaching staff, bro. They got players out there, they be like well known around the league. It got players who hop like practice squad. You know what I'm saying? Not because they just couldn't make it. They good enough. They want them to be somebody who they call up to be active. So it got them guys who be right there who could make it to the NFL. It just floating in between, you know. But they could have gave a dude like that a shot. I don't know who out there who could be, but I know it's somebody out there who's on the practice squad could have got a shot instead of getting fucking Phillip Rivers, who had plenty of shots. But
that's one theory, and like I said, the only thing I'm saying is on the other side. On the other side of the coin, at the end of the day, like I said, Phillip Rivers is somebody with a lot of experience, and if nothing else, they'll run first team anyway. So it's not like we need a quarter. Just like Daniel Jones when he was playing, they were still being carried by Jonathan Taylor and the offensive line.
Wow.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Phillip Rivers having the experience that he has, the ability to read the defenses, do the little stuff like that. It's like somebody on practice squad, they just don't have the experience. Now, of course, I hear what you're saying. How is he gonna get the experience if he don't get the chance? Cool. But at the same time, somebody like that, especially with this being that close to the playoffs and that type of pressure, do you want to put that on somebody? Would you rather put that on somebody at the start of the season, or when we getting close to the playoffs, we on this losing streak and we count on you not necessarily to carry us, but to make plays when we need it?
For sure.
Or would you want to put that on the veteran? Which one? You know what I'm saying?
This is my point right here. This is another point I'm making. It's a reason why he retired. He felt like he ain't got it no more. He don't want to play this game no more. He moved on to this next chapter of his life. That's 6 years ago. Now he feel like he could get back into it. Bruh, you felt like you done with the game already. You not even thinking about playing. That's why I'm saying you on the couch eating chips, you doing whatever. You were not out there every day, full practice, you know what I'm saying, game planning and dedication to the game. You out there living life. You know what I'm saying? Doing things after football. So 5 years later, bro, you come in now, you get another shot. Man, you could have gave that to somebody who's sacrificing time with their family, who want to be in the NFL, you know what I'm saying? They dream come true to even get a start like this right here. To come in and get a start, that would be great.
Let me say this too, and I'm
gonna
let you finish your point that the boy got 11 kids, and they say he wanted to get away from his kids. That's something that I read too. Hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
You making it worse. You got it, bro. That's what I'm saying. Focus on your kids, bro. You did bro. 6 years, bro. Give it.
By the same woman though, I give him that. Give him respect for that.
Bro.
But go ahead.
Give it up, bro. It's time to give it up. Go make a
They
12th
said that
one.
boy was tired at home. He was tired of looking at all the goddamn kids.
Oh,
I don't know, brother.
God.
I don't know.
But you see what I'm saying, though? Like, you already decided to retire. Your time is up. You called it. Nobody else
That's
ain't.
A good point, though. That's a good point.
You and your family.
You retire. So, I feel like playing something like that you know don't last forever. Like it's different from you having a blue collar 9-to-5 job to where, as long as obviously your body hold up or whatever, you can retire at any point that you want to or quit at any point you want to. I feel like when it comes to sports, I feel like you don't quit, like you said, until you either don't have love for the game no more, you can't physically do it. It's one of them two. So like you said, it's like when you have one to two or both, you leave. So it's like, but at the same time, sometimes that's something too, though. It is possible. I say you leave the game and you realize how much you missed the game. Now look at somebody like Andrew Luck, right? He retired young because his body beat up. He can't feel like he tired of being in the training room all the time, right? Now let's just say you retire for 2-3 years or whatever. You get your body right, whatever. And that itch to play the game is still there. You know what I'm saying? So boom, you done had that layoff or whatever. You feel like you got your body right and you can go back in. If a team give you the offer, would you not go?
Yeah, for sure. I'll go.
Yeah, so it's like I'm just saying, like I'm just thinking about all the different possibilities. Like I said, maybe he felt like he got his body right and he felt like he still got something to offer.
It's an opportunity to, he never won a chip, so it's an opportunity like,
right.
Hey.
But I'm just saying, talking about for the love of the game and for physically, you know what I'm saying? Simply put, because of course anybody come with that offer.
You retire though, you retire, man. You call it quits. Everybody got that itch. Everybody still. T.O. had the itch for years. T.O. had the itch for years, bro. Him and Ocho had the itching bad.
Yeah, T.O. should have played for like
everybody was a good quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got the itch. You know what I'm saying? Even Kaepernick, he wanted to come back, but still, you called it, man. You in your 40s, not 38. You in your 40s. But the only I would say that getting them back soon right now to get some experience before they hit the playoffs, some games in, you know what I'm saying, to get them comfortable and stuff like that. But you could have did the same thing with another player. All I'm saying is they could have brought another player in besides just.
And they probably still are going to bring somebody in because at the end of the day, he's only one.
Give him that shot. They give him that shot.
Well, what I'm saying is you never know because at the end of the day, let's just say it's been 5 years and he's 44 years old. Let's say, God forbid, he go out there, he get hit, he get hurt. They don't have a backup right now. Even if he is, whether he's the backup or the starter, they don't have another quarterback right now. So they're gonna have to sign somebody else. So maybe you sign him to be the veteran mentor or something to kind of talk him through it or something. You never know how it come out because he signed to their practice team right now. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna have to sign somebody else. So that'll be interesting to see too, and how they work through that or work that out. You know what I'm saying? So you never know. That's not. Jump to the conclusion between now and Sunday when they play or Monday, whichever one they play. So yeah, so we'll see. About that. But kind of jumping into speaking of kind of jumping to the conclusions and things of that nature. I kind of jumped to conclusions when I picked my Cowboys to beat the Lions last Thursday night on Thursday Night Football. Unfortunately, the Lions, they were on our ass. And to the tune of 44-30.
Yeah.
We can really skip over this topic for real. I ain't too much tripping on this one.
I think you put a pencil it in.
Now that I hear myself talking about it out loud, I can see if we skip this. It don't really matter. It's really a waste of time for real. But nah, man, like I said, the Lions beat the Cowboys 44-30. Jared Goff was 25 of 34 for 309 and 1 touchdown. David Montgomery led them in rushing with 60 yards on 6 carries and a touchdown. Jameson Williams had 7 catches for 96 yards. Yeah, man, they just and like I said, Jahmyr Gibbs, he wasn't highly efficient this game, but he found the end zone 3 times. That ties him with Barry Sanders for the most touchdowns before turning 24 in NFL history. I think the number is 47, so that's crazy. He still got 3-4 more games to go.
Yeah.
So he a monster, bro. Even when, like I said, once again, he wasn't highly efficient on a per touch basis this game. And you can't say that about him.
Two-headed monster. There's a two-headed monster over there though too.
No, but I'm saying, usually he go off. Both of them go. If anything, he gonna go off, or both of them gonna go off.
For sure.
But like I said, it was more of a like I said, David Montgomery having a big run, and just kind of being that power runner. Jahmyr Gibbs had 12 carries, 43 yards. That's 3.6 yards per carry. So like I said, not his usual super efficient self, super dump. But like I said, when they got around that end zone, he got that ball in there.
Yeah.
So like I said, that's really all that matters. The main thing is putting up points on the board, no matter how you do it. Yeah. And he also added 7 catches for 77 yards. And if you watch the game, bro, the craziest thing to me, that's what was crazy about the final stat line to me. I just knew he had over like 100 rushing or something like that, or close to it, probably close to like 150, 160 scrimmage yards total. Like, bro, every time he catch the ball, it seemed like he was putting a move on somebody, juking people, spin moves, all this different stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when I looked at the final stat line, I was like, that's crazy, dog. But like I said, just super talented dude, monster, dog, all the good things that we could say. Amon-Ra St. Brown wasn't shoe in for this game. Before the game, the day before he knew that he would play. After a high ankle, suffering I think it was a high ankle sprain the game before. He came back with 6 for 92 on 9 targets. So like I said, yeah, they had our defense can do nothing with them. For all the talk that me and some other fans and some other analysts, just talking our defense up ever since we made those trades and stuff like that. And true enough, they have been better than what they was, but that's not saying much because they were terrible, abysmal before. And so with that being the case, this game kind of showed like, yeah, this is where y'all really are. You played a Raiders team that's probably the worst team in football this year.
Yeah.
Then you play the Eagles team that has some issues going on offensively.
Yeah.
You play the Chiefs team that has some issues going on offensively. So it's like, you look at those Eagles and Chiefs teams and you say, oh, we beat the 2 teams that was in the Super Bowl last year. But they not as great as they was even last year, and let alone in their primes. So it's like, especially not the Eagles, because the Eagles last year was crazy. So to say all that to say, like, yeah, this kind of showed us, hey, y'all are not as much improved as y'all thought y'all were on defense. Like I said, true enough, we held Jahmyr Gibbs 12 carries, 43 yards, but they still was able to put up 44 points.
He said,
That's crazy.
Boy.
Like crazy. So
y'all holding boy to 3 touchdowns too.
Yeah, so it's flipping on the other side, Dak, he was 31 to 47, 376, a touchdown with 2 picks. He got sacked 5 times.
Yeah.
You had Javonte Williams 17 to 67, 3.9 yards per carry and a touchdown. Now I will say this, that's the messed up part, is that CD was going off before he got concussed. So CD exited the game with a concussion. Before that, he was 6 of 8 for 121 yards, 20 yards per catch. He was going off. In his absence, Ryan Flournoy stepped up. He had 9 catches, 115 and a touchdown. George Pickens was they were playing good coverage on him. He was 5 of 9 for 37 yards. I know there was a lot of rumblings going on about his effort but to me, he's been locked in all season, whether we've been winning or losing. And so, like I said, you can't take one game or you can't take one replay that you might see or a couple and just say, oh, well, look at this.
Huh? I said he been getting double teamed ever since
exactly.
he got hurt.
And then he came back.
Yeah.
And so it's like now the CD's out again. Of course, you're gonna double cover him. You're gonna put the safety over the top. You're gonna do different things to stop him mainly. That's how Ryan Flournoy, hey, he was eating because they giving all this extra attention to George now, and it's like, hey, 9 for 115 in the tub.
Yeah.
So he did what he was supposed to do with them, giving him that extra attention. But I say all that to say, yeah, I mean, not too much to write home about on defense. Only 1 sack. Yeah, bro, it's just they were kind of on our case from start to finish. And like I said, it wasn't much that we could do to kind of just get back in it.
Mm-hmm. That was it.
I mean, you want me to pass it to you? Want me to tag you in? All right.
Boy, that
You
offensive
in, bro?
line. That
You in?
offensive line, bro. 5 sacks to one player.
No, it
Yeah.
ain't one person that got 5 sacks.
No. I know that. It's the one player that got 3 sacks, though. It's one. He got
Oh,
3.
okay.
Muhammad something, bro. He got through that like 3 times and got to
Yeah, Al. I don't know how to say his first
Muhammad.
name, but yeah,
Muhammad.
Muhammad. Yeah.
Yeah, he got that 3 times. But their defense got like forced like 3 fumbles on y'all, bro. With just making plays out there. Really, to be honest, they had made way more plays than y'all defense, even though they gave up 30. But with y'all offense, I could see any defense giving up 30 to y'all. But on the flip side, though, I know you gave some props to Gibbs, and he is a dog, though, bro. But I want to give a little shout out to Montgomery. They is a 2-headed, monster, bro. Just if you want power, we're going to go to Montgomery. You know what I'm saying? We want to get these tough 3 yards, If you want coming out the backfield, he could come out the backfield, or he could take it to the house with Gibbs. You know what I'm saying?
Tight.
They're so versatile on offense. It's crazy. And big shout out to Golf too, bro. Like people ain't really talking too much about him. I've been keeping just a little eye on him, bro. Golf is it's like, how people say, oh man, talented, man. He can get out the pocket, he could scramble and all this, but them old days, how you just be in a pocket and you just a machine.
Pocket passer,
Not even a
statuation.
pocket. Like it was like a machine, just like you first read, second read, third read, just you know what I'm saying? That's what Jared Goff be doing out there, bro. I mean,
he be processing.
so
He
good.
processes really well.
Yeah, he makes sure he don't turn off the ball as much. When he do, it don't really too much affect him. He got that veteran poise about him, bro.
And as they say, he runs the plays on time.
He get the ball to he make accurate passes, bro, and give it to him, man. St. Brown, bro, you know what he could do. Jameson Williams, bro, he an upcoming wide receiver. He got weapons over there, bro. Laporta went down, but Laporta didn't even play this game. So they down a weapon that, he could, one of his blankets, really. Still came out there. He gave you 309 with he made 25 completions for 34 attempts. You know what I'm saying? QBR was 45. Is 45 on that?
No, his rating was 111.
Yeah, rating was 111. Let's say QBR for what is effect of the game, really, because Gibbs got 3 touchdowns, but
that QBR and all that.
Yeah, that ain't really, you know what I'm saying, how you really play, because, you know what I'm saying, he dissecting y'all, bro. Like, he was dissecting y'all the whole game, bro. Like, even though, Gibbs had them 3 touchdowns, but it's only 100 yards on the rushing downs total, so it's like a little bit over 100 or something. But he gave y'all 309, like this. Gibbs. Gibbs might take it, like, if they need a third down, bro. Jared Goff,
he's making plays.
Yeah, you can put it in Jared Goff's hand. You don't need to get to the running back. You could make this something happen with St. Brown and Jameson over there, Brad Williams. So they often just as good or better than y'all's. Rich, to be honest, really better.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really showed y'all who really been really, because they've been really more consistent than y'all this year offensively, and especially and defensively for sure. I don't know what y'all doing.
Defensively, I wouldn't say offensively necessarily,
but they 8-5. They contenders to be in the NFC, bro. So they one of the teams that I'd be scared to go against if I face them in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying, especially with Gibbs and But hey, bro. As far as that defense go, bro, man, go somewhere and pray in a church or somewhere. Like, go be a membership or something and pray for them boys to lock up something, bro. Go. I I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, matter of fact, what y'all gonna do? This what y'all need to go follow the blueprint of the Colts. Go ask Ray Lewis, call up Brian Dawkins, call up Richard Sherman, call. Let me see, who was a good defensive end?
JJ Watt.
JJ Watt. Call Michael Strahan. He on TV, so he watches the game. I know it been some years, but the last game they played, they gave it a little more effort. Call them. They will be available to you. Now, if they're gonna accept it, I would. like Phillip Rivers did, I would. You know, I got to get right.
Hey, boy,
I've
you
been
are,
watching
boy.
it. But yeah, man, this y'all do what the coach do. Call some of these dudes up, bro. Form y'all. Legion of Boom. Good job, Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, Michael Bennett. Michael Bennett, Wagner over there with the Washington. Call him too and see if he know
if
he got a cousin or something. But that was y'all need to do on defense, dog, for real.
So right now, after that game, after week 14, if the season ended today, both teams will be on the outside looking in. They will not be in the playoffs. The Lions currently, so it's the top. So for those of you that don't know, it's the top 7 seeds that make it out of each conference. So the number one, that's an odd number. That's because the number 1 seed is the only team in each conference that gets the bye now. It used to be the top 2, and so that would mean 8 teams. But they changed it a few years ago, and so now it's 7 teams, and with the top team getting the bye in the first week. So if the season ends today, the Lions will have an 8 seed, and the Cowboys will have a 10 seed, and both of them will be out. So currently, according to NFL.com, the Lions have a 51% chance of making it, and the Cowboys have a 10% chance of making it. So, like I said, number right now, so the Cowboys are 10, the Panthers are number 9, the Lions are number 8. Panthers have a 30% chance to make it. Yeah. So it's that we really messed ourselves up with this loss, because with the Eagles losing, they now 8-5. And if we would have won this game instead of losing, we would be 7-5, 7-5-1. Yeah. So we will be that much closer to, because that's really our best bet right there, is to somehow steal the division. And so with that tie is going to be a problem in and of itself, because it's not a loss, but it's not a win either. Like I said, we'd have the same amount of losses as the Eagles if we won this game, but we would be 1 win short. Yep. So we still wouldn't have a lead. So we really messed ourselves up with that one. And me, truthfully, as dysfunctional as the Eagles offense looks at times, I just can't see them. I know it happened a couple of years ago. What was it, 23, where they went on like a 5-game losing streak to end the season or whatever. They still made the playoffs. I think we won the division. They made the playoffs. They lost to whoever they lost to. I think it was the Bucs or whoever it was. But I just can't see them doing that, especially with the hole that we put ourselves in. I think that they win the division almost by default at this point with the way everybody playing. And, we just end up missing the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
Yeah, that's what it's definitely looking like. And speaking of the playoffs and interdivision matchups, you had the New Orleans Saints, the New Orleans Football Saints, taking on.
Tell them what we did.
Taking on the Tampa Bay, yes, in Florida, Buccaneers.
Tell them what we did, though.
What did they do? They got out of there with that dub.
Yeah. Third one of the year. Third one of the year.
Right. So the New Orleans Saints came into the game 2-10, owners of 2 wins and 10 losses. That's double-digit losses for those that needed clarification. And they were playing at the time the division. Well, they still lead the division, but they came in as the division leading Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who came in 7-5.
Yeah,
and they came out with their 3rd win of the season, 24-20.
Right.
Tyler Shuck led them on the game-winning drive. They got it done, and like I said, they beat those guys, man. Tampa Bay, they on quite a little losing streak right now. No disrespect to the Saints, but I definitely thought that they would come in and get this was a much needed win, because this is a game that you're supposed to win, on top of the fact that they've been on a losing streak.
Yeah.
So I thought that this was one that they would really get up for and they would come out and show out. And that was the opposite of what happened. Baker Mayfield was 14 of 30, 122, a touchdown and interception.
Yeah.
Bucky Irvin was not efficient. Was not
No.
efficient. Less than 4 yards per carry. 15 carries for 55. Chris Godwin went 5 for 55.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just, like I said, this to me, this was a game that they needed. Like I said, to just kind of stay ahead, especially with the Panthers nipping at their heels for the division crown. And then, like I said, with the wild card area, let's just say they did lose the leading division. The wild card area, the bubble area, is just so crowded to where you're not guaranteed a wild card spot. So I thought that this was a game they needed, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, they ain't get it done. We did. We ended that for them. For a team like us, this is what we want. At the end of the year, we want to destroy our division team's hopes, crush all that, and there's one thing we did today. I'm proud of them. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see by us, bro. Destroying dreams and hopes of our division teams. And Tyler Shook, I got his name right. Tyler Shook, I've been practicing. Tyler Shook. He was shucking down the field. Hey, bro, we ran a good game plan for him, bro. I think that he looked very comfortable out there, bro. Made him use, more of his feet this game with 2 rushing touchdowns, though. With seven rushes, with 55 yards, bro. With a big run, 34 run. You know what I'm saying?
34-yard
option. Yeah, 34-yard run, bro, for option, bro. He was just looking good out there. He had an interception, but that's beside the point. He looked comfortable. He looked very comfortable. You know what I'm saying? How they talk about Shedeur? He threw good passes and hitting people in stride. Like he did this look. The look was good. And shout out to our defense, bro. Shout out to the Saints defense for always coming through for us, bro. The whole Baker Mayfield and them 20 yards, you know what I'm saying? Because they could turn it up, especially with the wide receiver core they got, bro. You know what I'm saying? We had a hold Iboka to 2 catches and 15 yards.
Ibeka
Ibuka. Have you said, bro? Emeka Ibuka,
yeah.
All right, look, I don't know. Look, I ain't from where you from, but look, hey, he had 2 catches, 15 yards, bro. Hey, bro, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, 9 targets too. That's the
yeah, bro, setting it down. Kool-Aid, yeah, double strapped his ass. Yeah, shit, with a motherfucking safety vest on and everything, bro. Shit, But, bro, Chris Godwin, bro, I don't know why, but we always had trouble with him, though, bro. I don't know why, but he cut up with this a little bit. But your second receiving person was your running back, bro. Baker Irvin with 2 catches and 26 yards. So, like, their whole offense was off of just running, really. Irvin had 55 yards rushing. Rashad White had 53. Baker Mayfield had 42. And Sean Tucker had 27 with a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So all they stuff coming off the rushing with 179 yards total, in the TD, which was a good game for them rushing wise. But for his passing, man, yeah. Big buckle, too, but like baby seat buckled up, double buckled. Like it was buckling them up. But
yeah, man,
before as Baker Mayfield, bro, I think he went down this year, bro. This beginning of the season, he started off good, doing this thing like he's supposed to. Especially coming off from last year performance. But this year, I mean, it went straight downhill. Ain't no uphill climbing with him this year. Do they still stick with the Buccaneers? Do the Buccaneers still stick with Baker Mayfield this year, next year? I don't know. But something off right now about them. I don't think there ain't no kind of rhythm. Defense ain't playing as well. Like you come in, then you lose to the Saints like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's my team, but you losing to the Saints, a division team. around this time when y'all trying to push to the playoffs to get the division title, bro.
So
That's a bad loss for them. That's a real bad loss for them.
so what you saying, and not to cut you off, that's a great spot. So this is what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has looked like since week 8 when they played y'all and beat y'all 23-3. Week 9 bye. Week 10, they lost 28-23 to the Patriots. Week 11, they lost 44-32 to the Bills. Week 12, they lost 34-7 to the Rams. So that's a 3-game losing streak after beating y'all in week 8 and having to bye in week 9. Week 13, they played the Cardinals. They barely won 20-17. And then they played y'all and lost to y'all 24-20. So that was some of my thinking too, and a question that I had as well. Coming off the success that you had last year with Baker and feeling like, so I saw so many people, so many analysts and former players and things like that saying, that they think that Baker can lead the Buccaneers to a championship. And then coming in this year, and it felt like you were overachieving last year, and now to come into this season and be underachieving with the expectations. I wonder, is that kind of like Baker's? Is that kind of their ceiling? Is that any team's ceiling with Baker Mayfield at the quarterback position, where it's like, okay, you don't expect much of him, and he's going to shine, and then you expect it of him, and you guys are outwardly saying it, and you can feel, you can hear it, you can feel it, and it's kind of he comes out, and it's kind of like his star is dimmed, for lack of a better term. It's like, he don't have it to give. He don't have that. He don't have that swag, that moxie, that oh damn throws. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that the Baker Mayfield experience? I kind of wonder where it's like, this is what you're gonna get. Like, so you're gonna get some overachieving seasons that's gonna end with maybe a win in the playoffs or maybe a scrappy loss, and that's as far as it goes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Week 15, they have the Atlanta Falcons at home. I'm gonna say that they win that one just because of the Falcons and a season being a dysfunction, but it is a division game. All division games for whatever reason, even the Broncos playing the Raiders. Like I said, the Raiders being probably the worst team in football this year, the Broncos barely escaped with a win in that one. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
No, I said they playing the Panthers.
Yeah, they play the Panthers. Lord, so they play the Falcons this coming week, and then they play the Panthers the week after that.
Ooh.
Matter of fact, they got the Panthers twice. They play the Panthers in week 16, and they play the Panthers in week 18. 16 is away, and 18 is the home game. So with them both being 7-6, that's gonna be very telling to see, man. And that's just like we were talking about fantasy earlier. That's why I picked up Mike Evans, because it looked like it's gonna come down to the wire with them two. Because you never know what you get out of Carolina from week to week. You never know what you get out of Tampa Bay from week to week. So, like I said, I feel like they're gonna both be playing well. They're gonna keep their starters in, and they probably gonna be playing for the division last week.
Yeah, they're gonna be some tough games right there. That's the games they're gonna win. They still got a chance to get in there though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, right now, if the season ended today, they would have, like I said, they tied with the Panthers, but they would be the division winners.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's gonna be very interesting to see. So, like I said, the rest of their schedule is Falcons, at Panthers, at Dolphins, at home with the Panthers. So, like I said, that'll be that's
4 hard games.
Because like I said, Dolphins, they on their own win streak right now. Yeah, they might not be going in the playoffs and all that there, but just like you were saying, like the Saints.
Old boy won his job. He gonna be coaching though. Believe that.
Tua want to keep a starting job and prove that he can play in this league. He might not be a Dolphin forever.
Yeah,
that don't mean that he can't go somewhere else and get another chance.
Boys fighting for the jobs over there.
Yeah, bro. So yep.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield better step up, bro. Better get his shit together.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, man, it's it'll be, like I said, I feel like it's gonna be a lot of questions about Baker Mayfield if they end up not winning this division and possibly missing the playoffs. And I mean, there's questions that he gonna have to answer
too, bro. Todd Bowles been over there for a little minute. It's gonna be a little bad for him too. So
true that.
They're gonna put his job at jeopardy too. Going into next year. So if they
Yeah,
don't come out and get the playoffs, or at least get a chance to end the playoffs. I don't know.
because that would
Maybe
be
they still look for looking to get rid of Baker Mayfield, but
because that would be my question too. With a quarterback like Baker Mayfield, with a coach like Todd Bowles, they gonna have. I feel like they're gonna have you in the position that the Steelers are in right now. Steelers are in purgatory, so they too good to have a high draft pick to be able to go out there and get a star quarterback coming out the draft, and they're not good enough to be in championship contention.
yeah,
So it's like they just treading water, and it's like that's the worst place to be in sports to me. Is either you need to be, in my opinion, I'd rather be bad or good, because if I'm bad, at least I'm gonna have a good pick in the draft to see if I can turn things around, and get one of those high end players, or I'm in championship contention.
hey, if I was, this is a random thought. If I was Lamar Jackson, I'd go to the Buccaneers.
Mm,
I'd go to the Buccaneers. They got a run game. You got Imuka Iboka, Chris Godwin,
God.
Mike. Well, I don't know if he's gonna be there next year, but Mike Evans right now. But Iden for your tight end. But I mean, they still look good though. They got that running game for sure. And you got a wide receiver, a young stud over there. You know what I'm saying? You go to draft, get you another wide receiver if you need, or get one on the free agency or whatever. And your defense still look like it's still in place. It just got to get back to, what I'm saying, consistency with it, really. And with Lamar, shit, in that division,
That is something to think about. That is something to think about. Cause like I said, just like earlier we were talking about off camera, him having those options at receiver, those true number ones, those true weapons that you can count on. Like I said, you damn near got three. Like I said, you got Igbuka. Chris Godwin is still shaking back from the injuries and stuff like that. So I feel like he can only go up, especially with you seeing his peak as being a 14. I think it was a 13 or 1,400-yard season.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he can only keep going up. Mike Evans has been hurt this year, but like I said, when he's healthy, you know what he about, and he ain't really shown too many signs of slowing down. So imagine them having like I said, doing what they're doing with Baker Mayfield, and then you have somebody even more talented.
Yeah.
Like I said, can extend plays even more, things like that. So yeah, that'll be real interesting. I think that somebody like Lamar Jackson coming to Tampa Bay will kind of have like maybe a Tom Brady effect almost.
Yeah. I mean, anyway, he'll go. I think it'll be a plus, but hell yeah.
Yeah, just talking about that. Yeah, like just talking about them specifically. Yeah, I think that'll have like damn near a Tom Brady thing where they'll be catapulted into championship contention. I feel like in the offseason free agency, you'll have more people that want to come to them and make their team even better, especially on defense and stuff like that. And yeah, I feel like that'll have like a Tom Brady effect. Because for all intents and purposes, like people can go back and forth about Lamar's playing style and all these different things, but from everything I've seen, his teammates and stuff love him. They feel like he's a great leader. They love his competitor and they love everything about him. So I just feel like, when it comes to playing on the field and everything like that, talent and all that too.
And he's
I
from
feel like,
Florida.
oh, for real? So yeah, so see, here you go. So it's like, yeah, I just feel like it all works, and who knows what'll happen. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the same thing with the Ravens too, where it's kind of like, all right, we too good to have a high pick. We not good enough to be in championship contention. So what we doing?
Yeah.
We can come in every season saying we got Lamar and all this and that, but who says, knock on wood, that he stays healthy the whole season? And if he goes out, what's our plan? Because if he goes out and we lose too many games and that puts us behind the eight ball, what's the point of bringing him back? Now you got all these questions, and at the end of the day, we don't end up being anywhere close to championship contention. But we bring him back and we win too many games to have a good pick.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's questions that a few franchises got to ask themselves and kind of be honest with themselves and come to terms with some stuff.
Yeah.
It might be a fan base that's upset or whatever, but they'll be all right if they in championship contention within the next few years because they made a move that they didn't like right now.
Yeah.
So with that being said, it's something that we'll see about And something that I did want to touch on before we get out of here is the Kansas City Chiefs, bro. Like the Chiefs are set to not be division champions for the first time in 9 years. Like no matter what they do for the rest of the season, they could win out. They will not be winning the division this year. So the AFC West will have a new division winner for the first time in 9 years.
Yeah.
That's counting the season before Mahomes was even drafted. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like I said, they've been division winners ever since like I said, Andy Reid came, turned it around. They had Alex Smith. Like I said, and then ever since Mahomes took over, you already know what it's been about. So it's yeah, it's crazy, bro. They lost to the Houston Texans 20-10. And they look nothing close to the prime Kansas City Chiefs. They don't even look good as last year's Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it was. And yesterday in that game, the Texans game, bro, that was rough. That was some. I don't want to get over dramatic and all of that, but it's just like, bro, the hitting that was going on in that game, the tackling, ooh, bro, that's all you heard all game. Pop, pop, pop. Like I know it. They say it'd be like a collision course every single play, but like that one, like everywhere the camera went, everywhere the ball went, you heard it, dog.
Yeah.
Like that is crazy. To me, it's crazy. It's one thing to hear it in the stadium, or be it on the field, obviously, but to hear that on TV, like almost every play, dog. Like that was some crazy stuff. Like them boys was down there, both teams was down there playing some ball, bro.
Fine.
And like Jalen Petrie, he laid out Rashee Rice. I'm surprised the way that he laid him out for a few minutes. They didn't take him into special protocol.
Yeah, that was a big. That was just a big hit. It just left.
But I'm saying, like the way that he went down, the way he laid down there, I'm surprised they didn't at least check him. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, hey, you good, whatever. But yeah, they was out there. You don't, to me, like I say, it stood out because you don't see that a lot consistently in one game. At least, once again, just watching from home and things like that, and being able to see what you see on the camera and stuff like that. You don't see that consistently with the way that the rules are these days and stuff like that. And so yeah, they was down there. They was down there getting to it. So yeah, but like I said, the Texans, they come out there. Their offense is not the greatest. Like I said, if they was in the playoffs, their offensive line worries me. And that's, to me, what would keep them from making a deep playoff run, because their defense is dogs.
Yeah.
Dogs.
Yeah.
They got Derek Stingley lasted on the outside. They got Al Shaziz. I don't know. I forget his name, but the linebacker, sideline to sideline, super physical. They D line. They got Will Anderson on one side, Daniil Hunter on the other side. Both 10 plus sack guys, Pro Bowlers, potential All Pros, stuff like that. Like, bro, they defense is monsters. Like I said, it's just their offense that worries me as far as them going far in the playoffs. And like I said, for them to go in there and make a statement like that against the Kansas City Chiefs, like that was major to me. I love to see it, but like I said, that was a physical game, dog.
Yeah, that's the D'Amico Ryans effect, bro.
I can only imagine what them boys felt like waking up today.
Yeah, the D'Amico Ryans, bro.
That shit's crazy.
They play off his energy, but yeah, bro, the Chiefs ain't going, bro. Yeah, that's
major.
That's a new leaf over there for them. But man, the Chiefs, bro. To me, they focus a lot on their defense, which they needed some. But it's like they offensively, bro. I mean, they lacking a lot for Patrick Mahomes, bro. They ain't really got too many pieces around him that actually fit. He getting older. He played, man, you got to understand, man, since Patrick Mahomes coming in, bro, he been playing to the AFC, to the championship the last 3 years, bro. That's a lot of games. Like
8 years.
Yeah, like it's a lot of games. Like he playing 2 seasons in one. Like he playing extra games. So the way the game went on him, especially him being nick and neck and playing injured. Like he been playing injured in playoffs, still giving performances out, bro. I mean, bro, like people get on Patrick Mahomes and say that he declining, bro, but the adversity he could overcome, bro. I mean, this being hurt, having less weapons, got to fight coming from behind on game winners, bro. I mean, ain't too much Patrick could do, but just the players around him. Kelsey getting older, he ain't like he used to be. Xavier Worthy, he just a speed guy. He could beat you deep, but like for it's like the middle of the field possession type receiver. He a slot
Just
receiver.
consistently running other routes other than the go route.
Yeah, like I mean, Rice good, but he was injured most of the season.
I think he just had a bad game. He a dog.
Yeah, he a dog, but I mean, I'm saying
I just think he had a bad game.
He was hurt.
He was suspended. He was suspended.
So he was suspended for like almost half of the season. So he ain't had him. So I mean,
well, no, what I'm saying is like, yeah, but he can't. He don't cure all of it either. Even if he was,
that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, he didn't even start with him. So it's like what else you want from Patrick Mahomes? But like I said, this year's a down year. I mean, every year you ain't gonna be the best, and this one of the years. To me, if I'm Patrick Mahomes, this is a down year. It's all good. People gonna talk bad. That's cool. Now you used to be the hero, one of the best in the leagues. Now you're gonna be one of them players that they talk down about. You lost a step, or you ain't the same no more. This quarterback better, this team better, whatever. Next year, just put it on your shoulders. That's it.
Yeah, to me, they didn't get to that point where it's like they didn't squeeze every bit of what do you call it? Squeezing the blood from the turnip. They didn't squeeze every bit of blood that they can, and now it's time to reload. They didn't get to that point in their dynasty where it's kind of like the Patriots had, where it's like they have those few down years. I think it was like 10-year gap in between the Patriots winning Super Bowls and stuff like that, but then they got back to it. So to me, if they can keep Andy Reid, obviously they're gonna keep Patrick Mahomes. But if Andy Reid keep coaching, I'll give them like anywhere from 3 to 5 years to properly rebuild a roster, stuff like that, to where it's like, okay, now they back to the tip top of the league again.
Oh.
Because I feel like no matter who you are, it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's bound to happen unless somehow, some way, it's kind of like the Warriors or something, where you draft all those guys and all those guys are super young, they kind of growing together. Other than that, like I said, you got a Travis Kelce who's older and on his last legs. You got a Chris Jones that's getting older. So with that being said, with those guys getting older and not having the proper players around them to uplift them at some key, because they have a Trent McDuffie who's a really good cornerback. But like I said, you don't have the receivers that Mahomes is used to. Like I said, Xavier Worthy, for all intents and purposes, was supposed to be like kind of like a Tyreek Light, at least, to where he has a speed and he can go out there and make the plays, run the routes, and be that kind of like star pass catcher that kind of opens it back up for Patrick Mahomes, the deep ball, stuff like that. And you just not seeing it. And I've been seeing former Eagles running back LaShawn McCoy say this all season about Xavier Worthy. He says that he has, I think, didn't he break the 40-yard dash time? I think he did at the combine. But if he didn't, he had one of the top times.
Yeah.
And LaShawn McCoy been saying all season that he doesn't play fast. So you do have some guys that run fast, but when they put the pads on, they don't play fast. And he's been saying that about Xavier Worthy all season, and he's just like, I don't see it. Like, I don't see what all the – I understand, the speed, so you get hype when it's a football player, stuff like that. But I'm just not seeing it translate to the field. And the proof is kind of in the pudding. So maybe it's an injury that we don't know about, or maybe it's something going on about, but I don't know. But it's just like he's not having the impact that you thought he would coming into his second season.
Yeah.
So, it's just –
I need a better run game.
But they ain't never, and that's the thing, they ain't never had a run game. But I think now that's what they maybe should kind of transition into as they have these down years, figure out the run game and have a more balanced attack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you have a year where you don't have a receiver, or a receiver is gone for it, like Rashee Rice was, or whatever the case may be, you got a Travis Kelce getting older and stuff like that. If you had a more balanced team, a balanced offense, you know what I'm saying? Maybe things are different. Maybe you're still in the running for the division, so on and so forth. But it's like you can put everything on the passing game, and true enough, in y'all prime, that's what led y'all to Super Bowls. That's what led y'all to AFC Championship games. Yeah. But now maybe you start to kind of, especially as Patrick Mahomes started to get a little bit, into his 30s and stuff like that.
I think he lost he probably lost like a little step, bro. I think there's a lot of injuries he's been playing through. But at the same time, Patrick looks like, what I'm saying? He don't
Mahomes?
He don't look like he too much. he used to be mobile as hell. Now he kind of like he's still mobile. He get out the pocket.
Well, yeah, he hurt right now. That's why he was looking like
Yeah,
that last game.
like you know what I'm saying. But he ain't about to gale about 20 yards no more like he first started out. So man, everything around him, bro, it just ain't really. It don't look the same like when they had Tyreek out there. It just
Yeah. And that's so. Like I said, I think that they at that point, like I said, they'll have a 3 to 5 years where they kind of, rebuilding and getting back to it. And they'll, obviously having Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, they'll still be, what I'm saying, giving teams fits and stuff like that. But I think, getting back to that level of dominance is going to take a little while.
yeah,
because as good as the quarterback is, like
yeah.
Josh Allen is showing, like Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, you need more than you can have an all-star, all-time quarterback, and you still need people around him, obviously, because it's a team sport.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so like I say, it's gonna be interesting to see over these next few years. I mean, but at the same time, they still ain't out of it this year. Even though they ain't gonna win their division, they can still make a wild card and they could beat anybody at any point. So you can't just overlook them. It's gonna be very interesting to see later in the season when they play the Broncos again if the Broncos rest their starters, because the Broncos could look at it and say, instead of resting our starters for the playoffs, we're gonna go ahead and play them in hopes of beating the Chiefs and knocking them out completely or the playoffs altogether.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about them. So that'll be something interesting to see too. So, yeah. But with that being said, bro, like I said, another great week of NFL football. Another week of, like I said, our people rocking with us, man, listening to us, interacting with us, chatting with us, and we appreciate that. We appreciate y'all, man, in the biggest way. Like I said, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share.
Share.
You know what I'm saying? Everything, all of that. And like I said, interact with us, man. Talk to us. Like I said, we love interacting with our people. That's the main thing that this is about. Just like I said, us loving ball and us being able to have a platform to where people can come and talk ball respectfully, of course, but at the same time, just have somewhere where they can, you know what I'm saying, just rock with the fellas and rock with whoever. And just, like I said, just talk ball, man. So like I said, with that being said, you got any final thoughts?
Hell yeah. I'm sleepy as hell.
All right, so I see he's gonna start cussing, so we're gonna get up out of here, y'all. With that being said, y'all have a great week. We appreciate y'all rocking with us, and we'll see y'all next week, man.
Y'all can get some money. That's what y'all need to go do.